So what's the difference between a durable power of attorney and a health care proxy? Well, first of all, folks, there are some similarities with these documents that you have to understand. Both of these documents are agencies, and you create these agencies in writing. And in each document, you're going to appoint an agent to act on your behalf in a different scope. Now, these documents will exist for as long as you're alive, and when you pass away, these documents go away. Now, as for a durable power of attorney, once again, as I mentioned, this is an agency that you would create in writing, and what you're going to do is appoint a friend, a loved one, somebody of high trust, a fiduciary, to handle your affairs for you if you should not be able to do so. Now, with a durable power of attorney, there are different types of powers that you're going to give your agent, and they're very important. Some of these important powers are going to be to handle your investments, to handle your bank accounts, and to handle your real estate. Not only to manage your real estate, but the power to sell your real estate, which is a very important power, especially if for some reason you're not able to make your own decisions and there's a plan that needs to be put in place where the real estate needs to be transferred. Other types of important powers that your power of attorney will have: there'll be the power of your agent to represent you in front of a governmental body like Medicaid, Mass Health in Massachusetts. And without that power, your agent wouldn't be able to actually file for benefits for you. Another important power would be for your agent to represent you in a court of law, whether it be probate or any other type of action. And once again, this is important because if there is a probate action necessary for your care, you will have your agent there who you've already appointed prior to your incapacity. So with respect to a health care proxy, in some states it might be confused with the power of attorney because it's called a power of attorney for health care. But with a health care proxy, this falls under the category of an advance directive. And what an advance directive is pretty much you giving direction prior to you getting sick that you want somebody to help you in that scenario. Now, with a healthcare proxy, again, you're going to appoint an agent, someone that's going to step into your shoes only if you're not able to make your own decisions. This is a little different from the power of attorney, right, that we just talked about. The power of attorney mostly deals with your stuff and some other special powers. With a healthcare proxy, you're going to appoint an agent who's going to step into your shoes only if you get sick. So if you get sick, the healthcare proxy comes into play, and then you get better again, the power to your healthcare agent goes away while you're competent. But back to what a healthcare proxy can do. So your agent will be allowed to step into your shoes, receive the information about your treatment from the doctors, and make decisions with respect to your treatment. And this is only if you can't do that. Now, there is another form that usually accompanies the healthcare proxy that we include in our package, and that's the living will. The living will, once again, is another advance directive, and that talks about if you need life support, you're instructing your agent to take you off of life support if the prognosis is bleak. So this is the difference between a healthcare proxy and a power of attorney. Now, why do you need these documents? What's so important about them? Well, if you don't have these documents in place and you should get sick or you should suffer from something like dementia, your family, your friends, your loved ones would need to approach the probate court, which can be an involved process, can be an expensive process, and it definitely takes a bit of time to put the order in place from the judge. This would avoid all of that in general. It would avoid the probate court. So that's all the reason to get these documents in place prior to anything happening to you. Now, if you're watching me on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe in the lower right-hand corner. If you're watching me on Facebook, make sure that you like the video. Make sure that you check out the links that I've included inside the description of the video. If you're watching me on YouTube, they'd be down below. If you're watching me on Facebook, they'd be up above. And then if you're watching me on YouTube, some of my prior videos are going to appear here. Make sure that you check those out. They'll be related to the topics that we're talking about. Dave Ceruolo, CeruoloLaw.com.